Hello, Ryan here from Ryan's Electrical Stuff, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at refurbishing these Dell Wyse 3040s and Dell Wyse 5070s. I don't do a lot of computers and my computer knowledge is sort of very limited, but when I started dealing with a electronics recycling company, they actually offered me these on a deal. These 3040s, they had hundreds, possibly thousands of them, and they done me like a little deal where if I bought a load of stuff, they chuck these in at a sort of a very reduced price. And me being intrigued, I thought I'd give them a try. So what we're going to do is we're going to refurbish them, check them over, check for any issues or anything like that. And then I've been told that these have all been wiped and have no operating systems on them. We'll have to cross that bridge when we come to it. But I've got an operating system on a USB stick, so I'm going to plug that in and see what happens. It's a Chrome OS Flex operating system. I'm a big fan of the Chrome OS, but these are thin clients, which are sort of like mini form factor computers. So I'm not quite sure whether they'll accept Chrome OS. They say Chrome OS works on a lot of computers, but so these ones here have got Windows stickers on, but whether they got Windows OS on them or not, I don't know. We'll start off and see. We'll start off with the two big ones first, because they've got Wi-Fi antennas on. Currently at the moment I don't have a cabled internet to this building, so to run on Wi-Fi. So I'll grab a top one here, like so, and we'll open it up and we'll see what's going on inside. So what we've got on the back here, we've got screw, 2 display ports, Ethernet in, we've got power connector, that's just a 19 volt Dell one, USB, some I/O connectors. How does this come apart? You've got screws on the bottom, but I don't think they're what hold it together. I reckon it must just be the one screw on the back. Slides out, maybe? Don't know. Grab a screw. So I'll move that screw like so. Does the top come off? I can probably hear you all screaming at the moment. Front lifts off like so. Yeah, you probably hear you all screaming. So, oh, the front comes off like so. So what do we have in here? I've got a lithium battery, CR2032. So we'll see if that's any good. What else we got? We've got whatever this is. Got a Wi-Fi card. The antenna's coming off. That looks alright. Everything looks alright. And then we got this. I don't know, that's probably some sort of RAM or memory or something. This must be your heatsink. So obviously there probably might be some thermal paste or something underneath there. That might want changing. Yeah, there's not too much really in here to do, is there really? We'll start off with the battery. We'll start off with simple things. We'll pop that battery out and measure the voltage. Bring in my multimeter quickly. I don't suppose there's a date on here, is there? Give it an age. What we got on here? No. I don't know, in the case, give some sort of age. Oh, is it a manufacture year 2020? So I don't know if them batteries will be good for 3 or 4 years. Maybe they are, maybe they're not. So we'll bring the multimeter in quickly. Don't know how you can see that. What we're getting, well, 3 volts. That's pretty good for a lithium cell. So I'll put that back in. Yeah, so we got that back in. Wi-Fi antenna looks pretty good, nice and secure. I'll grab a screwdriver and we'll have this heat sink off. See what the thermal paste is like underneath. I'm assuming they use thermal paste in these. Oh, yeah, we've got some paste on there. Oh, got captive screws. I don't really know much about computers and thermal paste, but I'm guessing it shouldn't be all rubbery like that. So yeah, I reckon we're going to have to give that a clean, reapply some new paste. So what I'll do is we'll grab some cleaner material and give this all a nice clean up, and we'll put some new paste on, so I'll just do that now. Just give it a quick wipe. Nice and clean. And then we'll do this bit. As you can see, it's just sort of like all sort of flaky and horrible. So yeah, what we'll do is we'll put a dollop of new paste on, put that on again. And I reckon that's pretty much all we can do with refurbishing on here. It's nice and clean, there's no fan, no dust. The heat sink's on here, nice and clean. So yeah. And for thermal paste, I'm going to be using this Akasa thermal compound for CPU coolers. A specific reason is I ordered a load of stuff from CPC, and this is some of the cheapest stuff they had on there. And I considered on these thin clients, they're not particularly high performance, so it doesn't really matter what thermal paste you use, just as long as you got some. Now we want just a tiny little dollop. I suspect that's probably a bit too much. I think that'll do. So a tiny little dollop of thermal paste on. And all I got to do is drop this down on the top. Yeah, drop that down, and then we'll do up the screws. That's all nice and screwed down. Battery's good. I don't think there's anything else to do in here, is there? Yeah, everything looks good. I suppose we could just give everything a nice double check. Everything's nice and tight. Yeah, everything's like good. Bring the front cover back on again. Now we'll just grab a screw. And we'll just put the screw in the back like so. Attach the Wi-Fi antennas. Just trying to do this thermal paste up, move it out of the way. Everything's looking good. So what we'll do is we'll grab a power lead. couple of connectors for the screen. So plug that one in there. Plug that one in there. Plug the power in. Give it a switch on. I'll just bring you up here. Hopefully we'll get something displayed on the screen. And there we are. We can see that it's appeared on the screen. Don't know how this is coming from camera. You can see no bootable device found. So the guy was right, and there's no operating system on this. So what I'll do is I'll grab a keyboard and a mouse, and we will run the Chrome OS software if I have a USB stick. So we've got our keyboard and mouse plugged in. We'll just connect up the USB stick with the Chrome OS software on. And then we go F1, checking media. Oh, don't like that, do you? So now we're rebooting. Chrome OS Flex. So it's looking good so far. So currently at the moment, it's asking us for a setup. But scroll down to the bottom of the screen, you've got install Chrome OS Flex, and then you've got browse as a guest. 10 diagnostics, nobody wants to send diagnostics, do it. And then, hey presto, we're now on Chrome operating. Go YouTube, reject all. So literally easy as that in less than what, 2 minutes, minute and a half, 2 minutes. Browsing the internet. Well, on YouTube anyway. I've got from David Tabery.
It's great.
That's all we're going to do. So yeah, refurbing a Dell Wyse 5070. Nice and simple. And what would that take us? What, 10-15 minutes? We checked it over, checked the battery, repasted it, installed a new OS. Well, we haven't officially installed the OS, we're just on sort of like the basic get you up and running OS. So yeah, I'm going to say this is fixed. Now, on Chromebook laptops, you can go on here and it'll tell you about diagnostics. And yeah, and you can see that we're running about 39 degrees, which is pretty good. Using about 13% CPU. So if we run a CPU stress test, we'll zoom in a bit. You can see that we're 99% current usage and temperature is looking good. Holding about 45 degrees, which means my repasting looks to be doing pretty good. So yeah, we just finished the stress test, and you can see that The highest I saw the temperature go up to was about 48 degrees, which again is pretty good. At 100% full load. There's going to be very few occasions where you're going to run at 100% full load. Now moving on to one of these 3040s. There doesn't seem to be any screws holding it together, so I reckon it must be just clipped in. So if I grab my little pry tool, my little spudger tool, came apart very easily. Just got like a heat pad on the bottom. Now this one in here doesn't actually have a battery, does it? Oh, it's a good job I got some spare batteries for these. So what we'll do is, I reckon that comes out front first. Oh, I've got a couple of screws in there, haven't we? Grab my screwdriver. That out like so, and that leaves us with the board, which again, similar to the last one, got a couple of screws, hold the heatsink on. Lift that off, and you can see we've got a couple of thermal pads each side, so I'll try and keep them on, go over them, which goes, got a couple of thermal pads that go over these two chips to give them a bit of cooling as well. Because the paste on this doesn't look too good, so I give that a clean and some fresh paste. So we got the old paste cleaned off, just put a little bit of new paste on. Yeah, that's the heat sink back on like so. Just trying to drop this back into the case. Get that the right way around. Drops in there like so. A couple of screws. Hold that down. Yeah, we'll just grab a new battery. We'll just give a new battery a quick test. So I'll come up again about 3.3 volts, which is pretty good. So we got that plugged in. Unfortunately I haven't got any double-sided tape at the moment. So what we'll do is we'll bring the cables in, plug it into the screen, and we'll see what happens. as you can see, we've now got the Dell logo coming out. So I'll press F1, hopefully it should boot from this memory stick. Looking good, we're rebooting. Yeah, I think that's about as far as they're going to go. Because there's no Wi-Fi antenna, so I'll have to plug it in. So, just to finish up, that's these two Dell Thin Clients, a 5070 and a 3040, checked over, refurbished and ready to go. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.